So we've got a line graph for temperature and a bar graph for precipitation. We're going to keep that in mind while we make our climograph. The first city we're going to do is Culver City. So up here, you can write Culver City. Once you do that, we're going to be using the data on slide 27. So you can look at slide 27. And we're first going to do the graph for temperature. So looking at that table on slide 27, what is the temperature in January? Who can raise their hand and tell me? Jaden. 67 degrees Fahrenheit. So what I'll do is I'll go down here to January, and I go all the way up, and I find 60, 65, and then 67 is a little bit above that. So I'm going to make a dot. And what's different about this is we make it in the middle of the square like this. 67 in the middle of the square. What's the temperature for February? Alana?
Also 67.
67 also. So I go to February, I go all the way up and find 67 right there. What is it for March? Sam?
69 degrees.
69. So I go up to, from March, I go up to 70, and I go right below 70 is 69, so I make a dot right about there. April. Who can tell me April? Sri.
72.
So I go April up to 70, 71, 72. I make a dot right about there. Next is, what's after April? May. Ina. 73. So I go May, find 70, up to 73. I make a dot right about there. June. Teddy. 76. So I find June, go up to 70, 75, and then a little bit higher is 76. How about July? Jasmine? 79. So I go July all the way up to 80, and then down 1 is 79. I make a dot right about there. August? Who's got August? Temperature in August. Mario, what is it? 80. So this one, August, goes up to 80, and I make a dot. September? Mika?
80.
Also 80. So I make another dot right about there. October? Jonah?
76.
76. So I go October up to 70. I can use 2 fingers to make sure I'm on the same spot. 75 and then 76. I make a little dot. November. What's November? Somebody I haven't heard from. Casey.
71.
71. So I find November. I find 70. I go up. There's 70. So 71 is right above it. And I'll make a dot right about there. And December. Josh. 66. So December up to 60, 65, and then 66 is right there. There I have all my dots. What do I have to do now? Connect them using a straight edge, right? Or as straight as it can be. So I'm going to just now connect these dots. And there I have the temperature line graph for Culver City. I'll slow down right there. Okay. So the line graph shows the temperature. What type of graph do we do for precipitation? A bar graph. We do a bar graph for precipitation. So I'm going to look at the precipitation data now. And notice on your graph that over here the axis is temperature, right? You all looking?
Yes.
Right here is the temperature. And there's another y-axis over on this side, which is what? Precipitation. So I'm going to use this y-axis to graph the precipitation. So if I go to January, what's the precipitation in January in Culver City? 3.33. So I go to January, and I go up and I find 3 inches. And then I go up to like 3.33. I'm going to make a bar right there, right about 3.33. I draw the bar down, draw it down, and don't forget to fill it in. It's a bar graph that's got to be filled in. It'll look something like that. Who could tell me what it is for February? What's the precipitation for February? Jaden? 3.68. So I go up to 3. I know that next line is 3.5, so it's above that. A little bit above 3.5 is 3.6, so I'll draw a line right about there. And then I fill in the bar. For March, what's my number? Alana? 3.14. Happy Pi Day.
Happy Pi Day.
3.14. So on March, I go up to 3. A little bit above 3 is 3.1. And I draw that bar just like this. 3.14 inches of rain in March. In April, what happens to the precipitation? It goes down. Teddy, what is the precipitation in April? 0.83, less than 1. So I go, stay with me. I go 0, 0.5, and then 0.83 is probably like right there. I make a little bar. So cute. The next one is May, which is what? Who can tell me what May's precipitation data is? Mika. 0.31. That's very little. So here's 0.5, so it's underneath 0.5. 0.31. It's right about here. Oh, they're getting so cute. And June. What is June's data, Jasmine? 0. Close. Look again. You're close. Look again. 0.06. So that's less than 0.1. So 0.06 would be like really, really small. That might even be too much. Just a tad.
That's like 2.
That's a little too high maybe. But it's so small. After that, what's July? Something.
0.01.
0.01. There's like nothing. So I just do a tiny little line right here. You can maybe barely even see it. Might be too much. Luckily for us, August it starts to go back up. What is August? August is 0.13. So that is still 0.1. It's still really little, but at least it's a little higher. And September? What do we have for September? Jonah? 0.32. So still low. We're at 0.3. So it's right about there. And I draw this little bar. October. October, let's see, who can tell me? Mario. 0.37. So it's right barely above where September was. And November. Santi.
1.05.
Great, we're back up into the ones. Here's a 1. Right above 1 is 1.05. I draw a little line. And I fill that in. And lastly, December. Teddy. What was it?
0.9.
Look one more time.
1.
1.91. Exactly. So December, I go up to 2. Right underneath 2 is 1.91. So I'll draw a line right about there. And then I will fill out my final bar for this graph. And there I have a climograph for Culver City.